Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We'll be diving right into our newspaper review. We'll be looking at Daily Trust first. Right in front, we have Katsina Mosque killing. We were attacked during prayers. That is continued on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Right at the top left, we have 2025 Hajj Nakhon Commissioner Director detained over misappropriation of funds. Humanitarian Day, our story by aid workers. That's on page 6 of the Daily Trust. Inside Alafin Uni's renewed supremacy battle. That's on page 30 if you want the full story. At the bottom, we have EFCC places Mille Kyari on watch list at court freezes accounts. That's on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. NBA to federal government release Oshun local government funds. That's on page 8 of Daily Trust newspaper. Wike rejects PDP's Ibadan convention plan. That is on page 13 of Daily Trust newspaper. Colleges of education can run degree programs, says Minister. That's on page 35 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Grab yourself a copy and stay informed. All right, so joining us to review some of the headlines of the pages of today's newspaper is a former Director News of Voice of Nigeria, Ben Shamang. Good morning, Mr. Ben Shamang. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Morning, and thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be looking at a Daily Trust. Right in front, we were attacked during prayers, Katsina Mosque killing. What is your take on this?
Yeah, usually when you have terrorists trying their worst jobs, they always set the time, the place, the victim. And in most cases, the victims must be helpless. Helpless could be children, could be the elderly. Because you're talking of a congregation. These are people who are praying. You decided to sniff life out of them. And if truly a pro-religion, why will you? It's sacrilege. You go to a place of worship, mosque, church, and you begin to carry out attacks. I think it's so debased. It's condemnable. The part of the worst of all attacks that will have humanity. It's ungodly. I think they did, not just I think, they did the wrong thing.
All right, then let's look at those other headlines. EFCC places Mille Kyari on watch list as court freezes accounts. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I saw that story and I said, well, if this is the beginning to ensure that there is accountability, there is fight against corruption, why not? So if Mele Kyari's account is being frozen by EFCC, I also hope that they got the correct approval by a court of law so that it does not boomerang. And I was also told that his traveling papers are also been seized. So it's an attempt to sanitize the system. It's not when you kept hearing about it, refineries never came on board, nothing. And so it's right that the government will take that decision. Also, the bank, I think that also when you look at the standing of Jai's Bank, it's not every money that should just come on board and you spend money. When money is beyond somebody's capacity, if we are told that President Tinubu receives 1.5 million naira as salary, and people in NNPC level 10 officers, that's their salary, then you now have their multiple hundreds of millions why shouldn't the law come to bear here? And that's why I think it's my cap for the APC in terms of trying to fight this corruption, in terms of freezing the account of the former group managing director of the NNPC. It is good thing. Let us sanitize Nigeria. And it's still at the level of suspicion, allegation. So let's see what comes out of it. Not that again we will see some media trial. You have all this Nigeria, so that Nigeria as if you are doing some working, but behind the scene now what plea bargain. Oh, the amount is so humongous. Okay, what will happen is you bring this amount and we forgive you. You go on as if nothing has happened. So let's wait and see what happens in case.
All right. Uh, right in front, we have colleges of education can run degree programs, says Minister. Or what is your take on this, and how can that affect, the education system in
Sorry, I
Nigeria?
didn't get it.
Colleges of education can run degree programs, says Minister. What's your take on that?
So every state has already a university virtually. Then the next thing, many states do have one or two federal universities. Now you're saying polytechnics should go into degree, award degrees. You're saying colleges of education should go into awarding of degrees. What has been the concept of their setting them up? When you have colleges of teacher training colleges were abolished, then you establish colleges of education. You now say, go here and start awarding degrees. What would the universities be doing? There are specialized institutions. And so, if these are specific as per education at a certain level, not up to a degree, but not but above primary school or all level, why not have it that way? If you're having polytechnic education, monotechnic education that are technical oriented, we have them. But everyone, that craze, that rush to have degrees, it's there are some agents. Nobody asks you about certificate. What they do is, can you do the job? Okay, let's do your hands on. Your hands on. Do it. It's all about what you can do. You have the knowledge. You have the ability. Yes. A man comes telling you he has 3 masters, 4 PhDs, and all that stuff, and people will clap, clap, clap. Nigeria is standstill. Why is it that we are just pursuing degree, degree, degree? And that's why government even says there's now going to be a kind of Ethereum. Wait a bit, 7 years. Let's take a holistic approach of universities. Now, are we saying that this is now another escape way? Instead of establishing fresh universities, okay, let's now tilt it another way of ensuring that degrees are still being awarded by some institutions. That's why when you check ASU, at the point they say some of the universities are secondary schools, so large and without quantity quality. And the Minister of Education, Alausa, was saying the other time that there is a university that has 800 staff, 800. Whereas the staff, they are to work. So it means every student has a worker attached to him and even more. And so you can see that at the point that is a wastage. So why don't we go into technical, real vocational? Where are the agric institutions? Where are the institutions that would do some kind of things that, building? Let's go into all of that. Why must it be degree, 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 degree? So I think we should look at it.
Okay, let's take a look at the Guardian. We have ASU braces for strike as protests rock branches. What is your take on that?
Still the same thing. ASU talking of going on strike. ASU, it still issues on ground. Tell me the regime or the government that has come that they had peaceful campuses. You don't have. Even tell me the ASU president that will come, that will just say his tenure is going to be strike free. You don't just find them. And that is why today people carry their abroad because they show if the course is 4 years, 5 years, they're going to record time. But here we are, gets admission, okay, he probably knows the day he will register as a student, but he's not sure when he will graduate. And because of our stay in campus, he becomes too old. Some would have loved to serve their nation via the National Youth Service. That experience that many of us had, that they are being denied because of this incessant. There are some jobs, they say when you are so age, don't even, and therefore those people have been schemed out. Look at the military, the paramilitary, and even banking jobs. They just say once you have this age. So all these incessant strikes will always make some youths not to realize some of their dreams. Having said so, it's also right that government, when you enter an agreement with unions, you did it with honors. So honor all your agreements so that people will believe you. They will have deficient in trust level when it comes to delivering of services. So big thing that that should be corrected, both by ASU, the students, and government.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ben Shamang, for always helping us out in reviewing our national dailies.
Thank you.
I salute the two powerful ladies.
All right, thank you very much. All right, with that, we have come to the end of Daybreak on Trust TV. Thank you to all our callers, to all the people that send the WhatsApp messages, and thank you for staying all the way to the end. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. so you don't miss out. I am Hawa Adamikiawa. Thank you for watching.
And I am Mimana Bagodo. Thank you for staying tuned to Daybreak this morning. Do well to follow us on all of our social media platforms and also subscribe to Trust TV's YouTube channel for more information. Have a great day. Bye-bye.